The word conservatory often conjures the image of a lofty institution where only musicians of the highest caliber cloister themselves to reach performance standards unattainable by most people. Although the Portland Conservatory of Music attracts both teachers and students of exceptional talent, it's also a community center where anyone can learn and explore their own musical interests and talent at whatever level of musical ability they come with. Carol Eaton Elo, the director of music at the conservatory, grew up in Portland and helped found the conservatory in 1995. She wanted it to be a place where musically gifted students could strive for musical excellence and a community center where people of all ages and abilities could pursue their musical interests.
It runs in two directions. It runs as a community school where we teach youngsters and adults of all ages and all abilities, and also as a very progressive and wonderful school for those students who are very intense about their music and are seeking to prepare themselves for a career in music.
What I like about the conservatory also is this higher expectation for musical achievement.
The conservatory offers private lessons and group classes and attracts very young students, teenagers, and adults. Beyond instrumental voice lessons and classes, a synergy develops where students advance their interests further by inspiring one another.
They come for another thing, still like taking theory and then playing with another student or like taking another teacher can teach. So they get a different opinion about it, and those are everything I think helping develop the student.
They can meet other people who are studying their instrument. They are an inspiration to each other.
There's a kind of a camaraderie to it, certainly among the other piano students of Carol's. We get together sometimes, we play for each other, both more, informally in our houses and together from these little, in these little piano groups. And we sort of have a mutual support society, I guess you'd call it. I find that that it's very supportive of an adult.
I like my teacher, and I like all of the kids that play with me, and I like playing with them.
The best thing that I've gotten out of the conservatory is the relationships that I've had with the teachers here.
The conservatory promotes musical expression at any age. Adults can find serious music training here, even though it's not their profession.
I'm a pediatrician, which is a very fun job, but medicine is a very serious occupation, so that throughout my training, it was really nice to return to music sometimes for that emotional connection and artistic expression that one always doesn't get in one's day-to-day life.
The adult student brings different qualities to the teaching.
Adults have lots of other things to do during their day, and they can't always practice every day. And although my goal is to get to the piano an hour a day, I don't always meet that goal, so that it's nice to be in a place where that's understood and where there is really a lack of criticism for maybe not always being at your best, and I appreciate that.
It really is a little chance to break away from what goes on in their work in the world, and to get a chance for some artistic expression.
High school students who've studied music from a young age come to the conservatory to get advanced training that may not be available at their high school. Kelsey Coyne is a junior at Falmouth High School and has been studying voice for 9 years.
I love music because it gives me a way to express myself. It really helps me get my feelings out into, the universe.
She happens to have this naturally large range anyway. So for her, it was just more tweaking the subtle things that weren't quite right. And she found that out very quickly, and so she has quite the voice.
Teenagers with a passion for their musical interest can get more experience through the relationships they develop with the faculty at the conservatory. Will Britton has taken oboe lessons at the conservatory since he was 10, and has since played with college groups through his connections at the conservatory.
He's grown up and matured a lot. It's nice to see where he's come.
It's been really great learning from all the really professional people here, like Michael, for instance, and a piano teacher, Dale. He's been teaching me for around 4 years, and I've learned a lot throughout the 4 years and progressed, and it's one of the things that's helped me get into the different chairs in Paiso and Colby and whatnot.
Kalia Ingram started taking piano lessons from her mother until she was introduced to the conservatory through the summer music camp.
Now we are working on she can put her sound more emotion in it and more meaning for each sound. If piano played right, then sound can tell like language. So that's I'm trying to teach her not just tapping the note, she can get that emotion and language in it.
The pedagogical philosophy of the conservatory is to encourage each student to be an independent artist.
You're trying to get students to be able to decipher a piece of music. You don't want them to imitate you. You don't want them to just do what you do. You want them to sit down and look at a piece of music and be able to figure out, what do I do with it? And that's why you're there. That's what you're supposed to be teaching them.
When a person first sees a piece of music, they bring all of the experiences that they've had up to that point to the piece of music that they're going to play or sing. And what I bring to each piece of music is every piece of music that I've sung before that. So it's almost as if I'm bringing a character to the piece of music that only I can bring.
The student masters technique and then begins to understand the intention of the composer.
At a lesson, I usually play the piece, and then we work on the dynamics and the speed of it. Usually my tempo needs to be a little slower or faster, and I work on the approach behind the notes and how loud I'm playing it and everything like that.
Carol, I think, helps me with wonderfully because she has such a great knowledge of not only of technique but of how to play a particular composer, what works with the way it's supposed to sound.
The pianist is between composer and the audience. So we have to understand very well what composer want to do. Then we can pass to the audience.
Bach is full of voices, and one of the challenges of Bach is to try to sleuth out where all the little voices are and try to bring them all out and or show them when they need to be shown and cover them up when they're not the main line.
The accomplished musician also learns self-expression as an artist.
I put a lot of effort into expressing myself through my instrument by maybe adding sadness, and in many cases it's happy as well. And it's not very easy to express this, but with a lot of practice that I've had in phrasing, it really comes quickly.
Music is set up like English in many ways, or a language. I mean, there are actually full sentences in music. There are apostrophes, commas. You can approach singing as a sort of an extension of speaking.
It really gives it a different feeling if you're putting your emotion and your soul into the music.
Young children find the conservatory to be a comfortable place to begin to learn an instrument. As they build their confidence, they can share their musical talent.
If I don't know the song very well, I like playing in a group because if I mess up, they're still playing. I play violin in my rock band at school. Me and my friends got it.
Organized.
And it's fun just to like play violin in some pop songs actually that we like.
The teachers at the conservatory share in the sense of community, both with their expertise and mutual support.
We have a lot of great teachers here. I mean, wonderful. All of the ones that I interact with are just wonderful people, and they're all willing to create or try to work on new things to help the school grow.
A lot of the people here are really nice and friendly.
Stop.
Piano teachers walk by, they're like, "You're doing a great job."
Yeah.
I love the teachers, and I like how friendly everyone is here. And also they do a great music camp in the summer that I've had a lot of fun at.
The school is growing with all these opportunities, and the students that get caught into this wave of musical just joy are getting this wonderful preparation.
We want to feel people that this is their school, their community school, their place to come and interact with us. We want them here. This is a community music school, and the community belongs here.